California. 54-year-old Michael Jace is best known for his role as a Los Angeles police officer in the television drama series The Shield. Michael's life began to spin out of control as soon as the acting gigs stopped coming in, and soon he would do the unimaginable. Michael was married to 40-year-old April Jace. They had 2 kids together ages 8 and 5, and they all lived together in their home in Los Angeles. April had a son named Savoy from a prior marriage, and Michael also had a son from a previous marriage. April had been Michael's wife for 11 years, and through both the good and bad times, she had remained at his side. She enjoyed running. She was an avid runner who ran competitively and was the 2011 world champion in the women's over 35 4x100 meters relay. April was a school teacher and later worked as a financial aid advisor at Baylor University, a private Christian university, in March 2013. She had a beautiful personality. Coworkers respected and loved her because of her passion for assisting children and families and her amazing work ethic. Michael and April's marriage experienced great financial hardships. Michael had been unemployed for the last 6 years of their marriage. Michael started to struggle financially, and the couple's financial issues were made public in 2011 when he declared bankruptcy. He was having trouble finding employment and was around $500,000 in debt. His marriage began to fall apart as he resorted to self-medicating with alcohol. Michael had a friend, Kenneth Brown, who he met through church and also collaborated on the television series The Shield. Michael would always request that Brown pray for his marriage, which was strained due to Michael's extended unemployment and the couple's financial situation. During a church security team training a few weeks prior to April's passing, Brown discovered that Michael was in possession of a firearm that had formerly belonged to April's father. On May 14, Michael contacted Brown to say that his marriage was in shambles. On May 18, the day before tragedy would strike, Christopher, April's adult nephew along with April's eldest son Savoy, went to visit Michael and April at their home. They went to a movie with April and then decided to spend the night. Christopher awoke the morning of May 19 to hear Michael Jace yelling, "You don't have a godly reason for a divorce." Christopher heard 2 crashes throughout the 4 to 5 minutes of continuous yelling. April's son Savoy emerged from the bedroom with a baseball bat, and Christopher followed behind him. Savoy backed up into the kitchen as Michael attempted to persuade him to hand him the bat. At April's instruction, Christopher took the bat from Savoy. Michael constantly stated, "I would never put my hands on your mom." Before 8 a.m., about 15 minutes later, April, Christopher, and Savoy departed to take the 2 young kids to school. April texted Michael's friend Brown to ask him to check on Michael. Brown texted Michael, "When trouble comes, be full of joy," and Michael answered, "Maybe too late. April wants out and I'm tired of pleading." Michael refused Brown's invitation to come watch a game that evening. Michael also texted, adding, "She'll accept it or we'll move on, and if she isn't who I thought she was, according to God, a lot changes, but she'll get what she wants, a way out." On May 19, 2014, April brought her 2 youngest boys to a youth baseball game. She enjoyed to watch her boys play from the stands, but on that particular day, Michael made it difficult for her to focus. He had been texting her constantly all day, accusing her of having an affair, while he continued to drink excessively. He kept making assumptions about who it was, despite her denials of the accusations. April expressed her fear of her unstable spouse and her apprehension about returning to the family home. Michael texted April 164 times between 9:43 a.m. and 8:12 p.m., and she replied to many of them. At around 10:45 a.m., April texted her husband, "I don't want you throwing things and breaking things and screaming lies to the boys. I am afraid to come home." Michael responded to April's text message and informed her that he had left the residence that the 2 of them had shared. However, it was a lie to convince her to come home. He was instead waiting for her with a handgun that was fully loaded. That afternoon, Michael texted April, "You've thrown me under the bus, April, and you are walking out on the boys." Michael accused April of being involved with another man, which she denied. He texted, "I'm just amazed at how comfortable a woman of God just walks out of a marriage." April responded, "Stop throwing the Bible at me." After April and her 2 sons returned home, she found out that Michael was still present and the 2 of them got into a heated argument. As their children watched, he dragged her into the hallway and pointed the firearm at her. "You like to run so much. Why don't you try running to heaven?" he told her. Michael fired 3 times, striking her once in the back and 2 times in the legs. After that, he made a call to 911. "I shot my wife," he said, casually. He went as far as to phone April's father and inform him that he murdered his daughter and that he needed him to come and get the boys.
Tell me exactly what happened.
My son-in-law called me and texted me and said he'd come get the kids because he shot April, our daughter.
Okay, are the police on the line?
Yes.
Hey, sir, are you at that location?
No, we're on the 405 headed there now from Long Beach.
Oh, okay, so you're quite a ways out.
Yeah, we're a ways out yet.
Okay, well, we've got police and paramedics on the way, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Sir, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay?
Okay, Godspeed.
Hey, I want you to tell you guys how much money this product makes per month on Amazon. You're not gonna believe it. Check it out.
Michael realized the gravity of the situation when the police came and informed him that April had passed away due to her injuries. "I just ruined lives," he said to a detective. "4 lives. I mean, you could put the needle in my arm right now and be done. I'm fine with that." When questioned by the authorities, Michael acknowledged shooting April. He said that his sole intention was to harm rather than murder his wife. "I was just angry," he said. "All I intended to do was shoot her in the leg." Police stated Michael Jace told them the reason he had the gun in the first place was that he was thinking about using it on himself. He said that when April rushed at him, he fired as he shoved her away. He was arrested and held on a $2 million bond after being charged with her murder.
Actor best known for his role in the crime drama The Shield is being held for murdering his wife at their Hyde Park home. Actor Michael Jace was arrested last night at his family's home on Bryanhurst Avenue near West 54th Street. That's where we find CBS 2's Joy Benedict with the latest developments. Joy?
That's right, Sharon. We are live here in this community outside the home of Michael Jace, and you can see behind me that the crime scene tape is now gone. However, the sorrow in this community about what happened last night still lingers. It's a crime scene that shook this Highland Park neighborhood and Hollywood.
Expect this on TV. This is crazy.
In handcuffs, actor Michael Jace, many know him for his role as an LAPD detective on The Shield, but this time he's being arrested by real officers accused of murdering his wife.
I never heard them fuss. I never heard them say a cuss word in the 10 years they've lived here.
Joan Lewis lives next door to Michael Jace, his wife April, and their 2 young boys.
I talked to her when she came home from work. She had her grocery bags and the 2 kids.
According to her Facebook page, April and Michael Jace have been married 10 years. But police say just minutes after April returned home last night with her 2 sons from Little League practice, her husband opened fire.
You know, we've looked and there's no indication that the police have been here or called to this home on any prior domestic incidences or domestic violence.
Police received numerous 911 calls, and when they arrived, they say Jace was standing outside his front door. His 2 sons were inside, and so was his wife, dead, shot multiple times.
And she worked so hard.
And although neighbors are stunned by the crime, they say their concern now is for the children. Both boys were inside the home at the time of the shooting.
So at the very least, they heard the shots.
Michael had no previous arrest record, and police were never called out to the couple's home regarding any domestic disputes. However, he was accused of being abusive to his ex-wife and at times neglecting their son. It is reported that Michael's ex-wife, Jennifer Bitterman, claimed in a divorce filing from November 1997 that he had threatened to kill her if they engaged in a war over his visitation rights to their son. A close friend of his ex-wife also stated that she saw the actor behaving violently on multiple occasions. According to the friend, Michael Jace choked Bitterman and slammed her head into a wall while their infant son was crying in a crib next to them. The friend also reported to have seen at least 3 further violent episodes over an 8-month period. Michael Jace claimed that he and his ex-wife were both guilty of overstepping physical boundaries. At the trial for the murder of his current wife April Jace, Michael acknowledged shooting his wife, but argued that it was not premeditated. In an effort to downgrade the charge to voluntary manslaughter, the defense told the jury that Michael had reacted impulsively in the midst of the emotional stress that accompanied April's divorce request. He had meant to shoot himself with a gun later, but he was unable to carry it through. The eldest child of Michael and April claimed that his father shot his mother after telling her she could run to heaven. The prosecution argued, why would he have stated that if he merely wanted to hurt April and didn't want to kill her? Where else is heaven? The jurors determined that shooting his wife 3 times wasn't an accident.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Michael Andrew Jace, guilty of the crime of murder of April Jace.
Michael Jace was convicted of second-degree murder in May. The jurors rejected first-degree murder because they thought the crime was not planned out beforehand. April's mother, Kat Henry, said before the sentence that she wakes up every morning with the thought that her daughter has been murdered and that the day she lost April, she died. Then I wonder about how I'll do today without her, she said, tearfully. I think about how my grandsons will navigate their teen years. Will they remember their mother and how much she loved them? Michael expressed regret to April's family by saying, "There is absolutely no justification for my actions on that night. I am profoundly sorry for the pain that I've caused everyone."
I didn't commit first-degree murder. There was no premeditated anything. I realize it does not bring her back, and it doesn't help. But it would seem to me to matter that the facts of what happened be thought about and be dealt with in a forthright manner, so that the people who did love April
As he was trying to explain that the killing was not premeditated, April's mother stormed out in anger. Michael received a prison term of 40 years to life. April Jace was a kind, lovely sister, daughter, friend, and mother. She devoted her life to her children, and she should be here to see them grow up. She didn't deserve what happened to